Good morning and welcome to UUWH Hills. I am Tom Lesko, the husband of Reverend Mark Roble. Now please rise in body or spirit as you are able and join in singing our opening hymn, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing, number 126 in your gray hymnal.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome. Welcome home. Doesn't this place look spectacular? It's unbelievable. Before I go any further, I'd like to just give a shout out to all the folks on the committee who worked tirelessly this summer. Every single time I was here, someone was here doing something from the committee. So, Karen Quigley as the chair, Peter Shaw, who sort of monitored all the contractors and all the working bees that were around, Tricia Johnson, Barbara Reynolds, Diane Rich, Donna Helwig, Kathy White, Joan Parrish, and Nina Moss were part of the chair. Let's give them all a big round of applause. So I am the Reverend Mark Roble. I am the senior minister here at UUWH Hills, and I'm really thrilled to be back and start this new church year. Today we do our water ritual, our annual water ritual at the end of the service, which is really lovely and a very beautiful ritual that we'll conclude the service with. But I want to tell a little story before I go any further. So there was this couple, they lived up the street, somewhere in Newton, I believe, who always liked to go to Florida for an extended period of time, typically sometime in the winter. So for the sake of argument, let's just call them Trish and Ellis, okay? Just for the sake of argument. So normally, Ellis drives with Lola, takes a couple of days, stops off, plays poker with his buddies, goes down to Florida. Trish flies down a day or two later. But this year, they decided to do something completely different. They were all flying, including the dog. They were flying together, so Ellis didn't have to drive. The problem was they couldn't get a flight together. So Ellis went down on a Friday evening with Lola, and Trish was meeting him the next day so that she could get there soon after he was there. Anyway, so Ellis gets down there and he decides to email his lovely wife, Trish, and just let her know that he arrived safe and sound. So he sent an email that he arrived safely, but unbeknownst to Ellis, he misspelled Trisha's name. So the email went to a woman who had just buried her husband the day before. The subject of the email: "Hello, sweet wife. I just want you to know that I made it here safely. The trip was very smooth and the people seemed to be very, very nice here. I can't wait to see you here tomorrow. And one more thing, it's very warm down here." Anyway, there's no heat here at UU Wellesley Hills. We are cool as cucumbers here. We are an open and affirming congregation. It doesn't matter to us what you look like. It doesn't matter whom you love. It doesn't matter if you're gay or straight or bi or trans. It doesn't matter if you're married or single or if it's complicated. It doesn't matter if you're a Jew, a Hindu, a Christian, a Buddhist, an atheist, a humanist. What matters, and I say this every week that we're together, what matters is that we're here. It matters that we are here together loving and supporting each other. Here, our only creed is love, and our religious practice is love. So, in your orders of service, welcome to UU Wellesley Hills. Let's try that one more time. That was a little squirrely. Let's do that one more time. So, welcome to UU Wellesley Hills, where perfect. We are joyfully called to worship this morning. Now, let's see. Before I go any further, is there anyone here for the first time? Just raise your hand. I won't embarrass you, but welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyone else here? No, nobody else, okay. So as we do every Sunday, first let's turn to our camera and wave to our online folks and welcome them. Now let's turn to each other and offer each other a sign of peace. So I just have a couple of quick announcements this morning. Please remember to sign up for ushering in hospitality. Mary Ann Lafitte will have the sign-up sheet during coffee hour. And the thing that everyone should know is that Nicole is no longer with us on Sundays. She's only working 5 hours a week until someone comes on board, and she'll be doing the update and the orders of service, but she will not be here on Sundays. So that puts an extra load on the hospitality folks as far as making coffee, but just be aware. So, you know, we all have to sort of kick up our game a little bit until somebody comes on board. And we have the Black Lives Matter vigil today at noon out front. So bring your umbrella and your raincoats, and we'll be out front on Washington Street at noon.
Now, as we deepen into worship, I'd like to invite Reed up to light our chalice. The flaming chalice is not only a shining symbol of our Unitarian Universalist commitment to religious pluralism and humanitarian principles, but also a much-needed light shining into our world. We light it on our altar each Sunday and any time we gather as a community. If you are watching from home and have a chalice on hand, you may want to light yours now. The words for our chalice lighting are spoken in unison. You'll find the words printed in your order of service or appearing on your screen. Please join me in saying them as Reed lights our chalice this morning. We light this chalice to illuminate our faithful way forward as an inspirational community of hope. Together, we seek spiritual growth. We strive for just and responsible action. We dedicate ourselves to leading lives of compassion and purpose.
Now I'd like to invite all of our youngsters, all of our young at heart, anyone who'd like to come up to the steps, to the chancel stairs, come on up for our story for all ages. Come on up, come on up. Oh, I see little girls back there. Penelope and Charlotte. Come on up. Anyone else want to come up? So our story today is called Rivers, okay? So once upon a time, there were two rivers that flowed right next to each other, side by side, side by side. But all they did was argue all day long. I'm the better river. Look how beautifully I flow. Look how smooth the pebbles are. And the other river would say, no, you're wrong. I'm the most beautiful river, not you. Look at the peep frogs. Look at the reeds over on the shore. That's all because of me. On and on and on they went, arguing all the way down, all the way down. And then suddenly, the river came to a bend, to an oxbow. And before them was this spectacular body of water, the ocean, and there were waves. Push, push. Those are waves. Push. And the two rivers slid down a small waterfall and then entered together the big wide ocean together. And a booming voice from the clouds said, see how foolish you two have been? There is no greater or lesser. There is no bigger or smaller. We are all one, and we are all together in the rivers in the ocean. And from that moment on, the two rivers became the very, very best of friends. The end. Thank you, folks.
Good morning. I'm Doug Putas, and I'm here to read this week's plate collection. Each Sunday, this congregation collects a weekly offering as part of its larger spiritual practice of generosity. The plate collection theme for September is Youth Service. This Sunday's plate collection will benefit the Unitarian Universalist Urban Ministry. Urban ministry programs continue to live into its mission of working across race and place to dismantle racism and white supremacy culture and to advance racial, economic, and social justice. To support economic and racial justice for Roxbury's youth, the Roxbury Youth Program after school, the RYP after school program provides paid internships to over 30 youth who are learning important life skills while supporting the urban ministry by developing and leading tours showcasing the cultural, historical, and economic highlights of Roxbury, by supporting the development team and leading, quote, Seeing Me in the World, unquote, programs for UU youth from close by and far away. These are three of many initiatives made possible by donations from this congregation and the other member congregations of the urban ministry. Your donation can be made either electronically or by the plate collection that will be passed. If you want to make an online payment, visit the online giving page on our website. Once there, be sure that plate collection is selected from the drop-down menu. If you write a check, please remember to put UUUM on the memo line. Please be generous in your support of this organization that makes a big difference in young people's lives.
We open our circle of care and concern this morning with these words from Melissa Jeter. We are grateful to be in the presence of one another. We are grateful for the affirmation that brings together in this, the affirmation that being together in this community brings. Let us have hearts open with humility. Let us find our way, mindful that there is an abundance from which we can draw water, the peace of all peace that comes not without struggle or wrestling with the ways of scarcity and individualism in this world. Let us find ways to disrupt injustice. Let us find ways to accept one another while preserving our hearts. Let us go beyond thinking and suspend all judgment. May we be changed and held in love. May we recognize and receive grace, for none of us alone has the answer. So be it. Now I'd like to take a moment to reflect on these words in silence. And may we make it so. I'd like to invite all who wish to come forward and light a candle of intention. And if you're comfortable, please tell us what person or place this intention is for, and we will carry them in our hearts. Those in our online pews, please type your joy or concern in the comment section, and we will also carry your intentions in our hearts. So please come down the center aisle, light your candle, and return by the side aisle. So let us begin.
This is in celebration of my mother, who is spending the weekend with us, celebrating her 89th birthday.
I'd like to celebrate our 4 grandchildren, all starting on new adventures this fall.
This candle is for a number of people who are experiencing illness. Tony, Shelley, Laura, and wishing them good. Also for my good friend Anne, who lost her sister in the last month.
I light this candle for my great aunt Amelia, who is 98 years old and an extraordinary woman and has just started hospice care. So we hope that she has a beautiful remaining time on this planet. We're really thankful to have spent so much time with her.
We honor all of these intentions in this community. Along these, we know are certain joys and sorrows that remain private this hour. Those too have a rightful place here this morning. So we honor all of these with light. We light this candle for our families, for our beloveds, for our friends, for all of our relations, for those who are near, and for those for whom we feel an unwanted distance, for the newborn, for the elderly, for all of the wounded children. May this candle inspire us to use our power to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse. May its radiance pour out upon our hearts and spread light into the darkest corners of our world. Now please join in singing Comfort Me, number 1002 in the Teal hymnal, and we will sing the first verse.
Today's reading is called To Be Resilient by Tim Atkins. And he begins with this quote from Louis Pasteur. "Let me tell you the secret that has led me to my goal. My strength lies solely in my tenacity." And now Atkins. "When I was a child in Georgia, we took a field trip to a nature center called Oxbow Meadows. At the time, I didn't know what an oxbow was. I just knew I totally loved the name. Later on in life, I learned that as a river flows, it will erode its banks over time. What might start off as a little divot erodes and erodes until it forms a classic river bend. Oxbow refers to this kind of U-shaped bend in the river. And an oxbow lake is when the river has eroded the bank of the bend to the point where it cuts off from the main stream. Think of it like cutting a line across the top of a U. Well, what happens to the bottom of the U that is no longer getting access to the running waters of the river? It becomes an oxbow lake. There are so many spiritual lessons from the natural world, and in a season filled with ingatherings and water communions, this is one for me. Oxbow lakes as a beautiful combination of resiliency, strength, and flexibility. It takes a long time for an oxbow to fully form into an oxbow lake. The water doesn't care. It just keeps going. If there's something in the way, water will bump up against it and then go around it. If water was too rigid, it wouldn't be able to flow down the banks of a river. But we all know about the strength of water too. Water can do incredible things, incredibly beautiful things, and incredibly destructive things. Running water can be the strongest force in our natural world, breaking down rocks, digging out grand canyons, swallowing an entire island. It's this strength that helps water erode the walls of the river, eventually forming an oxbow. We often think that strength and flexibility are opposite sides of the same coin. But when they are united with resiliency, you can literally move the earth. Resiliency united with strength and flexibility creates beauty in the world and creates new spaces for life to flourish. In this time in my life, at this time in our history, I need this kind of oxbow resiliency more than ever. He ends with this prayer. May we all have oxbow strength, carving through mountains, determined to change. May we all have oxbow flexibility, bending around curves, overcoming all obstacles. May we all have oxbow faith moving forward.
So as many of you know, this summer a group of 9 of us went to Theresa, Transylvania, on a pilgrimage, and we had the, I would say, incredible honor of participating in their Sunday service. I actually preached from the high pulpit. One of the things that the congregation did that was so lovely that I want to bring back here. It's always awkward in a situation, the 3 of them just finished a beautiful, beautiful song. Do we clap? Do we raise our, what do we do? How do we do? Well, this is what they do in Theresa. So let's thank them, our new UUWH way. Great, thank you. A new tradition we're starting. So for over 40 years, many, if not most, Unitarian Universalist churches celebrate the opening of the church year with this water service, with this water ritual. It represents our individual specialness, but more importantly, how we are all connected, how we are all mixed together in this big earthen bowl. In 1980, 2 Unitarian Universalist women, Carolyn McDade and Lucille Longview, were asked to create a worship service for the Women and Religious Continental Convocation of Unitarian Universalists. As they put together that service, McDade and Longview wanted to create a new ritual, in their words, that spoke to our connectedness to one another, to the totality of life, and to our place on this planet. They included a new inclusive symbol of women's spirituality, water. They wrote, "Water is more than simply a metaphor. It is elemental and primary, calling forth feelings of awe and reverence, acknowledging that the ocean is considered by many to be the place from which all life on our planet came from. It is the womb of life, and that amniotic waters surround each of us prenatally. We now realize that this worship service was for us a new story of creation. We chose water as a symbol of our empowerment." The November service held in East Lansing, Michigan was called "Coming Home Like Rivers to the Sea." As its creators, McDade and Longview enacted their ritual in the liberating space of a semicircle around a large earthenware bowl. They asked 8 different women, each coming from distant places, to bring water, and they did. Water from the Rio Grande and other rivers, rainwater from Maryland, water from the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, and others were poured into the earthenware bowl as each bearer described its significance. For us here at UU Wellesley Hills, today's service also represents something else. It represents our collective dreams, our desire to reach deep down into the bottom of our spiritual ocean and move together in building these new dreams. Our newly renovated sanctuary looks spectacular, and I am grateful for all of the hands that got us here. Now we are the water in this bowl. We are mixed together, coming from the mountains and the valleys, from the north and the south and the east and the west, from all of the places that life has brought us to be together in this one beautiful body of our own metaphorical ocean. And we have work to do, folks. In today's reading, Atkins talks about the formation of an oxbow, how rivers bend and curve, erode the banks, and flow in new patterns and even sometimes in new directions. Our world is becoming a scary place. Our world is a scary place today. The gentle, consistent flow of life has become curved and erosive. An oxbow is forming that has the potential to disrupt the, however imperfect, world order. It's like the dam up above us has been breached, and we are all being swept away as we try to get to solid ground. Yet, as Unitarian Universalist, I still have hope, because we possess what Atkins calls lakes as a beautiful combination of resiliency, strength, and flexibility. We were born for this moment. As UUs, we have been practicing for this oxbow for many, many years. So as you come forward this morning and add your water to the bowl, reflect on the power of all of us together. Reflect on our resiliency, our strength, and our flexibility. Reflect on the many hands it takes to get the job done. As Atkin writes, we often think that strength and flexibility are opposite sides of the same coin. But when they are united with resiliency, you can literally move the earth. Resiliency united with strength and flexibility creates beauty in the world and creates new spaces for life to flourish. And that is my goal as we begin this new church year, creating new spaces for life to flourish. Together, we have the power to disrupt this destructive and evil flow. May this joining of our waters remind us that it takes a village. May it remind us that together there is nothing that we cannot accomplish. And may it remind us that our faith in each other can move mountains. So this water ritual speaks to a deepening awareness of our solidarity within our human family globally who lack the most basic and precious resources. It also speaks eloquently of our interdependence with all of life and with each other. Water carries memories of special trips, of former homes, or of simple day-to-day places that have become holy to us. We bring the sacred together in this ceremony of connectedness. We symbolize the ways we each contribute to and receive from this holy community. And as we gather today to mark the beginning of our congregational year, this ceremony is one way of welcoming everyone back from summer, in which the congregation's life slows down, worship is less formal, and some travel or spend time away. Today, we invite everyone to participate in this ritual of connection by bringing a sample of water that has meaning to you and adding it to our collective bowl. There will also be water available for anyone who would like to participate without having brought your own water. Please come forward, pew by pew, and mingle your water with others in the bowl. And if you choose, tell us the holy place this water represents for you. So let us begin.
The Cape Cod little trip with our grandchildren.
This water represents the reservoir that I am very lucky to live by, with all the wonderful wildlife that steals my tomatoes and inhabits the garden.
My water's from Star Island.
After a parched summer, this is welcome rainwater.
Great Pond, North Belgrade, Maine.
This water comes from Chautauqua Lake, Western New York State, the institution of Chautauqua, where Bill and I spent the month of August being renewed in many wonderful ways.
From our annual extended family gathering on Cape Cod.
This water represented Bay of Fundy. That water went up and down 50 feet.
This water is from Dubrovnik in Croatia.
This water's from Boston Harbor, where my grandson swam to honor a Navy SEAL.
My water's from many places and came from the clouds.
This water's from the Charles River. Reed and I like to visit down the street from us.
Dorothy was right. There's no place like home.
This water is from the Berkshires, where we celebrate together with my son and his partner. This water is from Cape Cod, where I vacation with my 13-year-old granddaughter and her friend.
This water's from Transylvania and Ferry Beach.
This water represents movement, as in swimming in our pool and staying healthy, and also the miracle of Cape Cod sunsets that we enjoyed with our daughters and their friends this summer.
This water is from Harwich, Massachusetts, where we spent time with our family and friends this summer.
This water represents water from Moab, Utah, and Colorado, where I vacationed with my boyfriend this summer.
This water represents my happy place when I'm not here, which is Needham Pool and Racket.
And this water represents water from Squirrel Island in Maine, where we spent time with a large amount of our family.
This water represents Star Island, where I didn't get to spend a week, but I did get to go there with my daughter and son-in-law.
Rainwater from yesterday.
My water bottle that comes everywhere with me.
Rainwater from today.
Many thanks to this congregation for its welcome, for it, a very transient intermediate guest.
This water is from Lake Geneva in Switzerland, where we went this summer. It was beautiful.
My water represents the beach, which is my happy place.
This water comes from our backyard, an old fish pond that Peter built about 25 years ago. In the many happy hours, we sit in front and watch all these fish.
This is from Johnstown, Pennsylvania, also known as Flood City.
This represents water from all of the fun places, water-related, that we went with our family this year: Maine, Florida, and boating on the Charles River.
Let us bless the grace of water. May the waters gathered here remind us of what each of us brings to this community, and the waters that nourish us before we were even born, that continue to give us sustenance and energy for our life's journey and for all creatures on this earth. May we gratefully continue to swim to the other side. Blessed be water, our first mother. Blessed be this water. Now please rise in body and or spirit as able and join in singing our closing hymn, number 1064, in the Teal Hymnal, Blue Boat Home, 1064.
Now that our celebration is concluding this morning, we extinguish our chalice. Our closing words are spoken in unison. You will find them printed in your order of service or appearing on your screen. Extinguishing this flame, which has burned bright in our midst, we revere what has been kindled within each one of us. Warmth in community, the light of truth, a perpetual spark of hope.
Beloved, as we depart this holy space, nourished and renewed, let us live into our dreams and expand our circle of justice to encompass all of creation. Let us love one another and the earth as the spirit of life is made manifest among us through our love. Remember your promise, live in hope, and go in peace. Our service has ended this morning.